My dear students, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to give you answer question of the lesson a respectable woman which are likely to be asked in the upcoming examination. Let's get started. Learn English with Lasmar. Question number 1. Mrs. Baroda told her husband she had overcome everything. What do you think she had overcome? Answer. Mrs. Baroda had overcome her inner conflict and attraction towards Governor. Initially, she felt disturbed and confused by his quiet and appealing presence, which aroused feelings she could not fully understand. Since she considered herself a respectable woman, she struggled to control her emotions. By the end, she believed she had conquered her desires and was able to maintain her dignity and social change in front of her husband. Number 2. Do you think that Mrs. Baroda, towards the end of the story, really wanted to invite Guvernel back to her home? Give your reason. Yes, Mrs. Baroda's feelings. Yes, Mrs. Baroda's willingness to invite Guvernel back shows a change in her feelings. Earlier, she wanted to avoid him due to her attraction, but at the end, she seemed calmer and more self-assured. However, there is ambiguity. Her invitation could mean that she had truly gained control over her emotions, or it could hint that she secretly wished to see him again, disguising her real desires as respectability. Number 3. Why was Mrs. Baroda indifferent upon the visit of her husband's friend Guvernel? Mrs. Baroda was indifferent at first because Guvernel did not match her expectations. She had imagined him as lovely, charming, and entertaining, but he turned out to be quiet, reserved, and thoughtful. This disappointed her and made her lose initial interest in him. She felt his company would be dull and uninteresting, so she welcomed him without much excitement or special concern. Number 4. Why was there a change in the perception of Mrs. Baroda towards Guvernel? Her perception changed because over time she discovered his calm nature, sincerity, and gentleness. She began to notice the depth of his character rather than judging him by her earlier expectations. His quietness and thoughtful presence gradually attracted her. She realized he had a charm that was subtle but powerful, which stirred unexpected emotions within her. This change brought both fascination and inner conflict in her. Why did Mrs. Baroda find Guvernel's personality strange and puzzling? Mrs. Baroda found Guvernel puzzling because he was unlike other men she knew. Instead of being lively or entertaining, he was quiet, reserved, and thoughtful. His silence and preference for solitude confused her expectations, making him seem mysterious. She could not readily read his character, and this strange calmness both attracted and unsettled her, leaving her curious yet disturbed about his true nature. Question number 6. How does Mrs. Baroda compare Guvernel with her husband? Mrs. Baroda notices a clear difference between Gouvernail and her husband Gaston. Gaston is practical, cheerful, and more talkative, while Gouvernail is silent, reflective, and less social. Gaston likes to please others, but Gouvernail is self contained and reserved. Mrs. Baroda initially finds Gouvernail dull compared to her husband, yet later she senses a mysterious depth in him, something her husband lacks, which makes her feel attracted to Gouvernail. How does Gaston disagree with his wife on Gouvernail's character? Gaston and his wife hold opposing opinions about Gouvernail. Gaston finds Gouvernail modest, pleasant, and agreeable, appreciating his quietness and gentle presence as qualities that make him a good companion. On the other hand, Mrs. Baroda feels that Gouvernail is dull, uninteresting, and lacking charm because he does not speak much or show the liveliness she expects. Their contrasting views highlight differences in their perceptions of character. Before she reached the house, Gouvernail had lighted a fresh cigar and ended his apostrophe to the night. Does this expression indicate a possible conflict that went in Gouvernail's mind? Explain your view. Yes, this expression suggests an inner conflict in the Gouvernail's mind. He is portrayed as a calm and thoughtful man who often keeps his emotion hidden. His apostrophe to the night shows that he is lost in deep thought, perhaps reflecting on his feeling for Mrs. Baroda or on his position as a guest in her home. The act of lighting a cigar, the act of lighting a fresh cigar indicates an attempt to distract himself and suppress emotion. Though the story focuses more on Mrs. Baroda's conflict, this moment hints that Gouvernail may also have been struggling with unspoken feelings. He might have sensed Miss Baroda's attraction. He might have sensed Mrs. Baroda's attraction and tried to maintain a respectable distance. His silence and self-control could be his way of avoiding a situation that would challenge their moral boundaries. Thus, the line points to his quiet inner struggle, showing that both characters dealt with restrained emotions. What is the cause of conflict in Mrs. Baroda's mind? What role does her being a respectable woman play? The conflict in Mrs. Baroda's mind arises from her feeling of attraction towards Gouvernail, which surprise and disturb her. She is drawn to his calm and thoughtful personality, so different from what she expected. At the same time, she feels guilty because such emotions go against her loyalty to her husband. This creates a struggle between her personal desire and her sense of duty. Her identity as a respectable woman becomes the deciding factor in this struggle. She believes that a respectable wife must remain faithful, disciplined, and socially proper. This idea restrains her from acting on her impulses and helps her maintain control over her emotions. By choosing dignity over temptation, she protects her marriage and reputation. Thus, her respectability not only defines her behavior but also resolves her inner conflict, reflecting the power of social expectations on women of her time. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe my channel so that you will be notified when I upload next video.